want to welcome you into this brand new program. Of course, a program that you will always enjoy. This is a program we call AF News Events. In this AF News Events, we look at all kinds of events, cultural events, social events, political events. We cover it. We give you insight into these events and how they roll, what happened, tidbits, the funny part, the scary parts, and every other part about the program to make you understand and actually sink into those events and where they took place. My name remains Emenike Iroegbu, the anchor of this show. And on today, we'll be going heading to Abiriba community in Ohafia local government area of Abia State. Wow, small London indeed. The place is just nice. That's where we'll be going to today to unravel to you, to give you an insight into the Itueye cultural event. It's something that you would not miss. It's something you will enjoy.
Observe our tradition, most prestigious as ancient as it is. His Royal Highness Eze Ukiwo Odyssey, the Aloke Ikufu is here in flesh and blood. This year's edition of Itueye from Ibrahim 2020 is unique. The 7th day of the 7th month of the year, between year 2020, here we make history today. I told you that it was going to be something else. I told you that it was going to be something else.
Into the program, let me allow the traditional rulers all the way in Abiriba to give you an insight into what the Itueye cultural event is all about. Wow, it's a wonderful event. I was there myself and it was great fun. Let's have this view.
Unabia. Eba unuba saya bo eboji Abiriba. Mumum na kwa eba. Omabo Efa of Aboji. The second paramount of Abiriba na chicken. Obochi abobo chuku na Abiriba. Anya kala ifan da pe kama. O mera de Abiriba. E kama abokwana. Ela unu for my base. Nja. I dey say to da chi Abiriba. Agbeke Aboji Amobi. So na posa anya time na eba. If I'm like Pareba, if I just say maybe after a year, if I like maybe 2 years ago, ever Udo had Uno farmer. So what happens if I got me, Mamma no, a week, your brother, I hear me. So Ramna, and I took an required an hour, I pay every day. I make a bunch of movie. In 9 1 baby, then if and I got a parachabu, I put kata. Say if I agree, I put kata. Oh, ya be say, I heard you have a for Abiriba. I say, Abiriba, say. So, if I say, Abiriba, if you go better, Posa, I make a watching, I move you. Your brother, Abiriba, say.
I'm moving. If I in the meantime, go easy, sir. If I about for crying, I fire my lap. At the moment long, I had a 2 years. I had to walk on. I giant up and start for crying and attack. You may not new laws. I scattered the community of Africa. If I get in Toma, the land of Toma, I will go hold of Otto Sabreba. You look a map of that, and I took a book of that. You can go across Aya. If I would by, if everybody who gave me, you're dependent on everybody on every back. I find they met I each way, each you are China fine Hansen. We know our new year. They make up Israel tap by their own new year. Not okay, Mama. All look up for OKC is grade of Abiriba. All Abunde Bulukena Brono on one. All Abunda under this new law. You are not to open. All Abunda and Neawa. This is an annual and a toporo. Who go crazy and that bro on woman, of which Honorable Ossy Prestige an active member. I am the law by a Kukunula. So all I want then down power. If you execute this new line tag by all I have for that table, you see, you'll have back by Kemia. You never police everything. We're going to do Kebaman, you don't want why barrier. A different to Kebaman, which was the so on the cookies and that from one hand.
Oh, but everybody, and I took an everybody. Yes, don't me. Monday, the Becata. I be out to eat way easy. And everybody, I will see you for the next 1 year. A lot of five I have new 2021. Oh, yeah, go if I did better. And if I can end me, before Obala more than 600 years, every person. Obala more than 600 years, Emily and Mama. But I'm the man, me preaching. If you fed an email, Guru be to the woman of whom I say, come on, a
I know no one in the uke, other in hand Tabaganaka, because what on I do.
I may everybody certain degrees down on Abalambobla. Con Casabude, oh, and all of them possibly that is the laws and for this particular year. One room will tap. Go back by his son. God will have his son. Wouldn't I go for Kijaba? A long man by trauma. Then another of Bukara called Rujako, age grade of Abiriba. Our woman now, then I say in trauma, Bukara called Okezie, age grade of Abiriba. So Okezion, will die to Sabala trauma. Double of the night have no.
Okay, moving forward, the traditional rulers, both the Emenike and every one of them, have been able to explain to us exactly what the E2A is all about. Man, the program was so exciting and very interesting. I was there. It was raining that day. I was drenched with rain, but I was still cool and comfortable with it. Now, one of the highlights of this program is the participation of the honorable member representing Aba North and South Federal Constituency, Honorable Prestige Ossy. He was one of members of the OKZA age group. We discovered during this program that the age group system in Abiriba is very important. In fact, it forms the bedrock of that community, and it's great. We were informed that most of the developmental strides in that community are anchored by age grades. I want us to have more insight on the age grade system. Other communities may also learn from it. Let's also go back to our traditional rulers to have an insight of what this age grade system is really about in Abiriba community.
Like I said earlier, Abiriba is a kingdom that's more than 600 years old. And what we are doing today is about 600 years old. And it entails is a period or a day set aside every year when the Nacheken of Abiriba, the company of the Prestige of Abiriba, proclaims new laws that will guide the community. And this year it is OKZA 8th grade that is coming to take over as the leading 8th grade in Abiriba. They will take the palm front, which is the sign of the laws that are given today, and we're expecting them to do the best they can to make sure that there's peace in this community. That is all we ask for them. Because every other thing they have been able to do, the accomplishment we want them to do now is to ensure that there's peace in this community for the period they're going to be in the community service.
If I didn't know who came here, who came hospital, General Hospital, Akaba General Hospital. Why me invite the Church of Scotland Mission? What I mean is that Akaba Joint Hospital. Who came school, 1950 something, another high school, one boyfriend and girls. Who came one technical school, a lot of schools, even in the Abiriba. Who came one post office. Post office, I will also put it. All who came China 8th grade. Who came my court premises in Abiriba today, High Court in Abiriba. Who came here? Who came Rematoa? Who came the library? I can't know 8th grade. Over the library. And the library on the well equipped. And they say, one day on the diaspora, they say, subject textbooks, equipment. The body of the banker, and not going to make research about it. All the unfortunate men who hire our government your money. Where's the shoes, man? Where's the only for them in the library? But I came here, let us hear last year. I took me to the IT center, modern library, so that I have a research internet. Who can I know more? You let us also get about our German floor. Who came here? A lot of places, a lot of things who came in. And if I know my school of midwifery, I am my nursing school. What's that? Oh, Gabriel. So I'm not informed that they made me everybody on the UK. They may.
I hope you are still with me. This is still AF News Events. As I told you earlier on, this is an event where we cover cultural events, social events, just name it, political events, any kind of event. When you invite us, we'll cover it and give a full satellite on it and make the people actually watch and enjoy you. To watch other videos on this platform, just go to our YouTube handle on AF News YouTube handle and just click subscribe. Every time we drop a new video, you will get it. And be rest assured, every of our videos you're going to enjoy. Sure, you're going to enjoy them. Let's go back to our program, still the Abiriba community. We're still in the Abiriba community where we witnessed the Ituenyu festival, wonderful festival. The cultural display, the attires, even when the Nachoke was reading out the rules of the land for the next 1 year, the chorus of the people with him was marvelous. It was a classic display of culture, and I was very happy. I enjoyed it so much, and I wish every of us would have opportunity to enjoy it also live and direct. Let's move forward. We earlier told you that Honorable Ossy Prestige participated in the event. In fact, he was one of the 8th grade, he was one of the OKZA 8th grade member. A lot of good words came for him. A lot of people eulogized him. In fact, he looked like the bride of the day. It was full friend. If you look at a video behind me, you will see people coming around to greet him, to shake him, to recognize him, to have pictures with him and stuff like that. It was a great day for him too. And it seems as if it was a toast of the day. Even the traditional rulers of Abiriba had a lot of good words to say about him, and it was interesting. Just watch what they are talking about, what they are saying about Ossy Prestige. Not just him, not just the traditional rulers. A lot of friends also say good things about him, and it's something that should encourage every Abian to tap into. Let us watch and see how it goes, and I know we're going to enjoy it.
He's a man of faith. If he gets a vision, and he's convinced that it is God that has given it, he will go after it. He wouldn't mind whether there is a barrier elsewhere. And so some of us, we look at him, some of his qualities, we try to copy some, and say perhaps if you follow this man, you may get to where you are going.
You see, in this community, when you talk about Ossy Prestige, you think security. He played a critical role in securing this community at that particular point when everywhere, in fact, everything was haywire. You can say that without somebody like him standing up at that period, we probably would have killed each other. So he's played very important role in securing this community. Aside from that, he supported a lot of young men from this community to grow. In Abiriba, we ask you, who did you train? If you are a good businessman, show us how many people that are eating from your effort. He's doing a lot in that direction. Generally, as a citizen of this community, of course you know that at a very young age he was conferred with a chieftaincy title by the natural king. It is unusual. At his age he shouldn't have gotten that title if you are looking at the age alone. But because of the strength of his contribution, his conferment was unanimous. Nobody debated whether he should have it or he should not have it. And that is to tell you that he must have been contributing a lot to the development of the community, to the development of his age grade, and indeed, I believe, Abia.
He's a true reflection of the spirit of Abiriba. Abiriba has a spirit, just like Abba's spirit, which I may have to discuss anon. The Abiriba spirit is about establishing the people. Abiriba lives on what they call one, for their tradition, having 3 communities and 3 traditional rulers. Also in their character and value system, you find out that Abiriba man lives for himself, one, lives for the next person, and lives for the community. You have not come of age in Abiriba until you begin to live for the community. That means you must be able to demonstrate, showcase, show the people, this is what I have achieved over and above me. So that is what I've seen in their culture. He's a man that has a passion, that is moved, that is touched by the feelings of the people.
Eye Abiriba. Honorable Ossy Prestige, His Excellency, all my for everybody. Mbabuebu. Then okwane okay mad. Odi ekwoti feme ogo sa pasa bono eboji. Odi kwane ekwoti fene me Abiriba. Odi kwane ekwoti fene me Abia State. Eba bono na kata ime. Je no chenyan Abuja bore. So no jude me asan kpunne wu kwari afama efa. Nna ya Bukemad. You may order the matter on you and say, after I say, obey on your share. I say, and shall owe you kwa honey. And Bokani and Lefa. You may, oh, came out at 9, Bojaya. How did you call you a rimba? Only a year Mumbayaka. So, young girl, that choice good. Honorable Ossy Prestige. Onyenge ade acho ifawo. Eke ade ifawo. Ada acho good. Idikule aso isi okpade emezi. Njomoko ede mma. Ife chato menu ya. Munwa dute ide emezi. yoga bands is around them when. So I have some cake by the honor.
And like we pointed out, we have one of our sons in the National Assembly who is one of those that are going to take the conference today. He's Honoree Ossy Prestige. He's a special gift from this community to the world. He's a special gift from this community to the Nigerian green chambers. We know he's going to excel there, and he's properly brought up, and he's going to do the best to ensure that we showcase Abiriba culture to the world, and also to showcase what kind of people Abiriba people are in the National Assembly, and we wish him the best.
Yeah, I am Right Honorable Ossy Prestige, member representing Abanoth constituency from Abia State. I feel great, I feel elated, because not all age grade members in 2010, when we had our Egwaman, was there today with us to embrace this Ebromo ceremony. Some are in sick bed, some are dead. So for us to be alive till this day is a thing of thanking God. And I feel so happy, so grateful to God that I'm one of those who came, not just coming to witness, but coming in good health. I want to say that if every community in Nigeria emulates the Abiriba age grade system, every community will be developed far more than what they have today. Most of the infrastructural development in Abiriba were done by the age grade. It's only the age grade. The government have no hand. Apart from some 1 or 2 kilometer roads that the government has done in this community, all the roads that you applied today and the ones you did not apply were done by one age grade or the other. So it is like a demonstration of the age grade's zeal to develop the community. So I think that is one thing every community should come and copy in order to get their areas and their communities developed faster than what it is. Whatever government is bringing is complementing the efforts of that age grade system. So I think age grade system is one that should be incorporated, if possible, in our constitution, so that it will give every community the opportunity for the age grades within that same bracket and to develop their communities. Most people, other Igbo part of this Southeast are doing it, but in a different way. The Abiriba's own is so special that it started several hundreds of years ago, where whatever enterprise you find yourself, you must have somebody you raise up. If you find yourself in trade, you must bring somebody up and train him on that trade. At the end of the training period, you will give that person a capital to start business. And not just that the person will start business, that person will also take somebody up as it's growing. And before you know it, it will get to an extent where everybody will be in one vocation or the other, learning one trade or the other. And it has been so wonderful in Abiriba community.
ahụ. Ogbe dị ahụ. Ọ bụrụ eletu anya fụ ọlụ ekpo omume, anyị malite anyị ime. Ọ bụrụ eletu ọkpọ ọha bido ekpo omume, ogbe onye ọbụla gbo onwe ya tụpụ anyị maka ndị eze anyị tụrụ ụra ga-ekwu. Anyị malite kwụsị anyị. Otu onye ọbụla lebe ya n'ile Chineke. Ọ batụrụ anyị eme anyị eme, ya batụrụ anyị eme anyị eme ebe amara. Ebe ọkụzi ụkwa ya. Silva. Define Udo. I come bearing the brother. I saw your problem, everyone never ran Udo. I had to do no. And your from Mafia and your food of ya. Only your problem, everybody now do have that. And your from Mafia and your food of ya. Only your problem, everybody now. Who's up watching a tea? And your from Mafia and your food of ya. Only your problem, everybody. Ibo play now. Chineke ha no ere. Ere mma. Ihe amu. Ihe aka. Ihe eze. Oyi foma Yesu dababa. Anji okezie da na eka Chineke. Anji okezie da na eka ndị. Ela wa ha kusa. Ma ndị wa no ndị ọbụla nọ. Chineke echebe wa. Wa ha nọ, wa ha emuche. Chineke ha gọzi wa. Chineke ha eso wa, isi kwara azụ. Ọ dị uru mma. Ekwa nke nna, na akọkpara, na nke mmụọ nsọ.
Training has just taken place, and we want to thank the Almighty God for giving us another wonderful opportunity to observe one of our most prestigious traditions. And coincidentally this year, much color has been added to it, as exemplified by the presence of a member of the House of Representatives, precisely from the Green Chamber of the National Assembly, who coincidentally is a frontline member.
Oh yes, I want to thank you for being hooked up to this program. We have come to the end of this particular segment of this show. Remember, this show is AF News Events, where we discuss events, both social, cultural, political events. We give you an insight into the event so that you can enjoy it and actually know what it's all about. Remember, if you want to connect to us, our phone numbers are here. If you want us to cover your events, cover your program, whatever it is, just call our phone numbers here. You'll get a full coverage of our events, and a lot of people don't have access to watch it and enjoy your program. I remain Emenike Iroegbu, the anchor of this show. Remember to go to our YouTube handle and click the subscribe button so that you can consistently get our content and enjoy our video. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us, and God bless you.